What if I told you that we lived in a simulated reality where everything we experience, from emotions, thoughts, physical movement, were all massive program? Let's expand our mind and see what benefits we can derive from performing a thought experiment. My name is Tamotsu, and let's get started. The idea that we may be living in a simulated reality, which is living in a type of video game, isn't new. But most recently, Elon Musk made a public comment that we may have 1,000,000,001 chance that we are living in base reality. What does that mean? That means the reality that we live in is the beginning or the source. So he's saying there's 1,000,000,001 chance we are living in base reality, which means most likely we're not. Video link below. This idea is also considered quite seriously, even in a debate among astrophysicists. And that video link is also below. What does this mean? Elon and many others believe that we're in a matrix type simulation. If this is your first rodeo in considering this idea, you may come to think of this as extremely foreign, or that it's just another far-fetched idea from a technophile. I'm not here to argue if the world we live in is a simulated one or not, but what I want to communicate is the benefits that we can reap from believing that we're in a simulation. So let's get into it. To make this concept as tangible and practical as possible, let's consider ourselves as a smartphone. So, for example, the smartphone is our physical body, and the OS that runs the smartphone is, for example, our emotions or the autonomic nervous system that runs below the level of consciousness most of the time. The apps and programs are our thoughts. So, benefit number one, we're able to overcome fear and other destructive emotions. Believing that we're in a simulation allows us to know that emotions that distract us from our goals are just programmed into us. By knowing this, we can consciously reprogram ourselves by adding new beneficial apps, which is beneficial thinking, beneficial thoughts. When you feel fear, anger, regret, anxiety, or other destructive emotions, you can tell yourself, this is just programmed into us. But I can change my way of thinking, find a better perspective, and learn from this situation. Benefit number two, freedom to be yourself. When we're able to transcend beyond our destructive emotions, we become open to emotions that propel us forward towards our goals and the things that we want to achieve in our life. We're in a simulation, so we understand that what other people think or our deep inner fears that we are just a result of defective apps that we've installed, or just how the OS was programmed in the first place. It can also be apps that were installed into us by parenting, culture, government, or traumatic experiences. Fear is something that's been programmed, and we know that we can overcome it by installing better apps, creating better thoughts. This will also allow us to live more freely. Benefit number three, we're able to learn faster. Just like installing an app, we can see learning as downloading of an app and then installing the app. So by reading, listening, and engaging, we're able to download the information. Then we install the learnings, what's been downloaded by reading, listening, and engaging into our minds by taking action and changing behavior according to what we learned. This creates habits around what we learned. You may feel that you're learning slow or not understanding the topic well. This can be compared to a slow internet connection or faulty internet connection that introduces error during the download. You might have a lot of friction while learning a topic. Maybe it's due to internal friction. For example, not being receptive to the message. And it can be a literal physical issue where you can't hear what's being said because maybe you're too far away or have issues with hearing. or you may not be able to see the board or the teacher if you're in a classroom situation. There's much more we can get into, and I hope to expand on this in the future. I hope this helps. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Sending you good vibes, and have a great day.